Hi, YouTubers. It's me, Steve. Hopefully I'm holding the phone back a little bit far so that my face isn't so large. Anyway, wanted to tell people a little bit about my trip to Albania. Took a trip to Albania about 3 weeks ago and got to basically, I was kind of scared before I took my trip because I had been told by, all my friends, especially people from Serbia who were kind of like, oh, something bad's going to happen to you, blah, 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 you're going to get killed, you're going to have a disastrous time. So, anyway, so I was kind of nervous, but then when I got, to Tirana itself, even when we landed, it was just absolutely amazing. Going from Austria, where it was raining, to, landing in this beautiful, scenic airport, with palm trees, sunshine, very bright, mountains. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Even just flying in, the airplane you got to see the Adriatic coast and the mountains all at once. And my friend who picked me up at the airport, he kind of helped me, get kind of settled for the first couple of days. But anyway, I found that it was a fairly, easy country to get around. There are buses and vans that you can take. But one of the things I noticed about Albania is there's so many things you can do in that small country. I mean, you've got mountains, you've got coasts. So to really do it justice, I mean, you could probably stay there a good 4 weeks and still have things to do. But the history was one of the reasons I went, and I got to go down to Butrint and Girokastar, I think I'm pronouncing it right, which is in the south. And Butrinti is like an ancient Roman settlement. Also got to see the ancient castle in Scutari, which is in the north, which was one of the very early cities in Illyria, which is what which are the people the Albanians are descended from. So it's just kind of interesting, just the landscape, but the history. The people were absolutely wonderfully hospitable. Everybody wanted me to, go to their house. People would give me free food. I think restaurants, I'd sit down at a restaurant and all of a sudden people would send beer to my table if they knew that I was American, and I just felt like I was almost like a celebrity in that country. It was so bizarre. They love Americans, they love people from other countries. I think part of it is they haven't had a lot of exposure to people going into their country because it was isolated for so long. But just absolutely, completely different from what, some of my friends had told me. They, had said that I wouldn't come back alive. Prices, very, very reasonable. It was like $20 to stay in a hotel there. But you can stay at a hostel for like 10. But again, the beach, going down south to actually just north of Butrinti. It's one of the most beautiful beaches that I've ever been to. It's called Samir. And then I went to a beach just north of Samir, and then one right near my hotel, which was in Sarandon. But absolutely stunning, natural landscapes, wonderful people, very hospitable, very down to earth, and absolutely beautiful women. I have never seen women like I have seen in Albania. So anyway, I've been back for the last 3 weeks and I'm already missing it, so just wanted to make my first YouTube video in case anybody wants to visit Albania, to just let everybody know that it is a safe place to visit. I walked around at midnight around Tirana, nothing happened to me. Probably less crime than most other countries in Europe, especially countries that have a lot of tourists. Probably won't run into a lot of problems in Albania. The only main problem I ran into is some of the older people. I'd say a lot of them were not English speakers, so I had to kind of carry a book with me since I don't speak any other language, and learned a little bit of ship. Also got to go to Kosovo, which got to visit Prizreni, which is a city in the south, and people actually hugged me when I was there when they found out I was American, and they were like, USA, USA. It was so bizarre in some ways, except when I ran into some of the Serbs, they were not so too terribly thrilled, although they were nice too. But anyway, so just had a great time in Albania, and great country to visit. Beautiful ocean, beautiful mountains, lots of opportunities for biking, kayaking, clean water, food, absolutely delicious. Best food I've ever had. There's no such thing as organic there because everything's organic. So you go to a market, which is the only way you can really buy food there, and it's kind of like a farmer's market because they don't have a lot of supermarkets. So you just buy produce that's, kind of fresh and in season, and that's kind of how they roll there, and it's not, very expensive. It's like $1.50 for a huge bag of sour cherries. So anyway, just wanted to post my first video about Albania. Gonna probably post some videos of Albania. I just have to debug my computer because I've got those videos on my computer. So take care, and I'll post some more later on.